What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'll tell you 3 reasons why Grady Jarrett will have his best season of his career. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support. Continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I want to give you guys 3 reasons on why Grady Jarrett will have his best season of his career. The first reason that I think Grady Jarrett is going to have his best season of his career is the depth that we've added on this defensive line. Grady Jarrett, as you guys know, plays a high number of snaps. He's played a really high number of snaps I'll say the last 5 seasons that we've missed the playoffs. He hasn't really had much help and had much depth on the defensive line. So being that Grady Jarrett will be playing less snaps this season, I definitely think that that's going to bode well for him. And I do think that this is a season where he possibly can finally eclipse 10 sacks because he's going to be rotated in and out because we have so much depth on this defensive line. Over the last couple seasons, if you look at the premier pass rushers in the league, especially interior pass rushers, the Aaron Donalds of the world and a lot of different guys that they have, even like the Nick Bosa's who actually plays like defensive end. Most of the premier pass rushers in the NFL, they don't play a high number of snaps. They have times where they're on the sideline. And I've seen games where Grady Jarrett never leaves the field. He's out there pretty much exhausted. So by the time the 4th quarter comes around, he's wore out because he's had to be out there, playing pretty much a high snap total. So I definitely think that that's one reason why Grady Jarrett will be better this season, especially in the 4th quarter, is he's going to have more energy. He's going to be able to go to the sideline at times because of the depth that we've added on this defensive line. Reason 2 that I think Grady Jarrett will have his best season of his career is the guys that we've added. Calais Campbell, Onyemata. I think that Grady Jarrett will have more one-on-one opportunities this season. So that's the second reason I think he's going to have a great season, have his best season with the Atlanta Falcons, is he's going to have a lot of one-on-one opportunities because Ryan Nielsen likes to run stunts and things of that nature up front with his linebackers and with his defensive linemen. Teams are not going to know where Grady Jarrett is going to line up from play to play because we've added guys that you have to pay attention to. Calais Campbell is a guy who can draw 2, as I call it, meaning 2 guys have to block him. Onyemata is a guy that can draw 2 at times because of his strength and power and his length as well on the inside or on the outside. And guys like Eddie Goldman is another guy who can draw 2 at times, meaning in certain situations, depending on whether we're running a stunt or depending on the actual play, we have other guys that can get penetration in the backfield. Calais Campbell is like 6'8", 300 pounds. So he's a guy, if you put him on the inside or the outside, he's a guy that you have to double team at times because he's a very disruptive defensive lineman. So being that Grady Jarrett's going to be playing a lot more one-on-one, we know that Grady Jarrett is almost impossible to stop being covered one-on-one by another offensive lineman or being blocked one-on-one in one-on-one situations. And now that we have these other guys like the Calais Campbells and the Eddie Goldmans that can win their one-on-one matchups, teams are going to have to focus more on those guys, which is going to create more opportunities for Grady Jarrett. And point 3, or reason 3, that I think that the Atlanta Falcons, Grady Jarrett is going to have his best season of his career is our secondary. I believe that our secondary is going to be a lot better this year because we added a player in Jesse Bates on the back end that has great closing speed. He's the guy that quarterbacks will fear throwing the ball deep, and even throwing to their checkdowns is going to be a lot harder this year under Ryan Nielsen because we're not going to play off. The corners are not going to be playing 5 yards off at all times. It's going to be times where they're going to be in press man coverage because we know when Ryan Nielsen with the Saints, they played a lot of press man coverage because they like to blitz and like to be aggressive up front. So being that we're going to be a more aggressive defense, now that we have Ryan Nielsen, I also think that that's going to be another reason why Grady Jarrett's sack totals and tackles for loss are going to go up, because teams are not going to have that immediate out to throw the ball in the flats immediately. They're not going to have those quick, comeback routes and things of that nature that they can hit, for 5 and 6 yards here and there, where Grady doesn't have time to get to the passer. I really think if you play a lot more press man coverage, it's going to prevent the quarterback from being able to get the ball out of his hands really quickly. And we know that Grady Jarrett only needs about 3 to 4 seconds to make that swim move and get back there to the quarterback. So those are 3 reasons why I think that Grady Jarrett will have his best season as an Atlanta Falcon this season. The number 1 was because we have depth on this team. Number 2 is we have guys that can win their one-on-one matchups. So Grady Jarrett will be playing a lot more one-on-one against his opponents. And then number 3 is the secondary. I really feel like the upgrade in the secondary with the guys you've added, Jeff Okudah, you already have AJ Terrell, Jesse Bates on that back end. You have some more playmakers back there that can play one-on-one and play that press man coverage. And I think that that's going to bode well for Grady Jarrett and also this defense. But with that being said, this being your boy Jew, you guys let me know what you think about Grady Jarrett in this upcoming season. I do think that this is finally the season where he possibly can eclipse the 10 sack total and get double-digit sacks in the season. Last season, Grady Jarrett had 7 sacks on the season. So I definitely think this year he can definitely get at least 3 more sacks and have over 10 sacks in this season, and definitely get back into the Pro Bowl and possibly be an all-pro player for our Atlanta Falcons. But with that being said, this been your boy Jew. You guys drop your comments below. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.